Hi guys, how's it going? Today I want to speak about the topic of what harsh truths do we as humans ignore? The thing is that I think that as human beings, we have a lot of protective instincts. And what do I mean by that is the fact that we protect ourselves sometimes from the truth. And I think that the biggest subject that we tend to avoid as human beings is the fact that we are mortal. And that is a very big thing, because being mortal is what makes humanity what it is. And the reason that I feel that it is that way is the fact that if we were immortal, if we could just do whatever we wanted, nothing would have consequences, nothing would really matter in some way, because we would take life for granted. And if we take life for granted, well, we don't take things as seriously. You wouldn't have to eat, you wouldn't have to breathe, you wouldn't have to procreate, you wouldn't have to create a sort of culture around ourselves, because basically, well, there's no consequence in some way. We're always there. We can do stupid things and still be alive. But we know that we are fragile. Even though we don't speak about it, even though we don't really talk about it, even though we don't admit it all the time, we are fragile as human beings. And being fragile means that creates a sort of awareness, a sort of fact that we need to basically be kind. We need to take care of ourselves. We do need to basically assess the moment and accept the fact that we are important. And without that, we wouldn't have any of this. Our life is very finite, and the number of years that we live on this earth is very finite too. So by being mortal, by not avoiding these subjects, then we can go deeper in ourselves. And I think that it's sometimes sad that sometimes the media and basically whatever we see on earth, and human beings don't like to face harsh truths sometimes, because by doing so you kind of end up sometimes living in a sort of Disneyland, and you end up maybe even wasting time, because you might end up living a big chunk of your life. Like a lot of younger people, sometimes they live in such a way that they do a lot of silly things that might hinder their health, that might hinder their way of being. And if you continue doing that, being young, yes, you can get away with a few certain things, but then with time, usually it catches up to you. But by having lived your life without having been aware of mortality, being aware of the time that time is finite, has created a sort of basically something that's kind of bad for the rest of your life, because all actions do have consequences. And yeah, it's a very complicated subject in some way, but this is one of the harsh truths that we as humans do not accept, and that does make our world as a human being a little less good sometimes. So that's it. That's all I have to say on the subject. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.